We're at the John Fitzgerald Gymnasium for the 2015 Cardinal Newman Classic Championship game, and we have a terrific matchup here. The Sacred Heart Fighting Irish of San Francisco and the West Catholic Athletic League taking on the Cardinal Newman Cardinals out of the North Bay League. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Cox, joined by Ron Weethee for this one, and really looking forward to this game. Both these teams have played great basketball to get here, and we're expecting quite a game, and it could mean a lot later on down the road for NorCal seeding for either one of these teams if they come up with a win tonight.
Yeah, Dave, I think it's going to be a game if Cardinal Newman can handle the full court press and the quickness of Sacred Heart, or can Sacred Heart just impose their will on Cardinal Newman and get them in a full court game and not play the half court game that Cardinal Newman has. I think the winner of either the full court game or the half court game, if Cardinal Newman comes out and says, hey, you know what, we're able to control this basketball game, make it a half court game, not run up and down the floor, I think they can end up winning this basketball game.
Sacred Heart with a nice win last night over Oregon City, Oregon, 80-65. They put up 96 in their first game, 80 in their second game. The question is, can Cardinal Newman slow them down? Now, Cardinal Newman, they held their opponent at Regis Jesuits just 34 points last night, so they're playing good defense right now. And they'll need to do it again here tonight against Sacred Heart, no doubt.
Yeah, they got a different opponent tonight, though. The opponent that they're facing tonight has an all-around game. They've got quickness, they've got speed, and Amari Thomas, their power center forward guard. She does everything out on the floor. She controls the entire game with her will on the floor and her talent. And they're going to have to really get in her way. They're going to have to get in the passing lanes. They're going to have to stop the outlet passes, and I think more importantly, they're going to have to handle the ball against the press, and they're going to have to get back on defense in transition.
Tiffany Salinas had a great game, as we see Ryan Russell played for USF, now coaching at Sacred Heart, great player back in the day. And Tiffany Salinas, who really came on, played great last night. She'll come off the bench tonight after not doing very well in the first game. She had a shoulder injury, which really slowed her down, and she really regained her form that we saw from her as a freshman and a sophomore here at Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, we talked to her after the game last night, and she said that her shoulder was not bothering her so much, and she felt pretty good about it. She ended up having 17 points, 12 rebounds off the bench, and I think single-handedly won that basketball game for Cardinal Newman last night.
Jump ball, Haley Weiss-Neat taps it, but right into the hands of Sacred Heart's Ariana Hatfield. She's a sophomore, first shot off the mark, and taps down with a rebound for Cardinal Newman. Lady Cardinals with their first possession. They have a freshman point guard, Avery Cargill, very good player. She's learning as she goes along here, and there is Maya Flores with a great cut along the baseline as she lays it in. These teams have met quite a bit at the AAU level, so they're very familiar with each other, and they've battled it out over the years from 5th grade on.
That last offensive set was great. And when you're playing against a team that's very aggressive on man-to-man defense, you can backdoor cut, you can use ball screens, and you can take advantage of their aggressiveness.
Mari Thomas takes it up top. Haley Weiss-Neat draws the assignment. Very close to an illegal screen right there. The ball on the floor, and Thomas fires it up for three. Off the mark. Good defense so far for Cardinal Newman as they try to frustrate Sacred Heart, take them out of their half-court rhythm. And, of course, they really like to press and run the floor, so that'll be the challenge for Cardinal Newman, is to keep this pace at their level and to their liking. Into the corner it goes. The three off the mark. And a nice rebound for Haley Weiss-Neat. Good stop for Cardinal Newman. They lead at 2-0. And here comes Maya Flores, dribbles, stops, doesn't quite get it over the front rim. Nice rebound for Hatfield. Here comes Sacred Heart now trying to run, but the Cardinals get back nicely and cut them off. Bounce pass inside and a foul on Walker, who was holding underneath. Good matchup in the post tonight as Sapuni Mavega matches up with Lauren Walker down low.
Yeah, Walker's got her hands full down there because Mavega, she gets to the offensive glass and nearly coming up with that one right there. But Lauren Walker has got to keep a body on her. She's got to watch her. She likes to roam in the paint. She likes to work herself free. And then off of missed shots from drives or off a pass from Thomas, she'll get free and makes the shot down low. So watch out for Mavega down low. Here's the matchup that I think is the key matchup of the game right here. And there's a big foul by Mavega.
So the foul call this time goes against Sacred Heart.
Definitely got to watch the vice neat defense on Thomas. And Thomas she's starting outside top of the key. She's not working down low, so she's looking to work off the dribble against vice neat, and they think that they can take advantage of her out there.
Avery Johnson dribbles it up. Haley vice neat with Thomas. Nice bounce pass again as Flores tries to work that baseline. Avery Cargill all net from 3, and Cardinal Newman off to a nice start. They lead at 5-0.
Yeah, I think Avery came out of last night's game with a lot of confidence. She played well. They came out on top. Remember, this is only her 3rd game at the varsity level. She's a freshman, which is super impressive. And she's running the point guard position, but that shot shows her confidence right there.
Whoa, Del Rosario with a very difficult runner, but she got it to get Sacred Heart on the board. Their first basket of the night. Tal Webb now dribbles it up for Cardinal Newman. Over to Avery Cargill.
One thing you notice right away is Cargill has skills on being able to handle the basketball. Wow, over the top, huh?
Elmari Thomas, nice pass, but Del Rosario can't handle it. It was actually thrown a little bit behind her. And there's the first turnover for Sacred Heart.
In most games, Lauren Walker is going to have the height advantage. She's got long arms, and she has the ability to catch the ball. She has soft hands. So when that ball comes over and she gets positioned down low, it's a great advantage, a great thing that Cardinal Newman can take advantage of, and they've gone to it early. But what I was going to mention earlier is Cargill. She has the ability to handle left and right. It doesn't look like there's much difference between her ability to handle the ball going either way.
Tal Webb nails a 3. Nice shot from the corner for the sophomore Tal Webb. Here comes Sacred Heart now, bringing it up quickly, and Deja Mayfield loses the handle. Couple turnovers now for Sacred Heart. Cardinal Newman off to an 8-2 start in this one. Tal Webb in the corner. Drives the baseline and lays it in.
Well, I don't know how she got that shot up. She got so far under the rim, she was able to come back and still lay it in with the right hand. That was a beautiful move to the baseline by Webb.
Lorian Russell wants a full timeout, so we'll step aside ourselves. It's 10-2. Cardinal Newman off to a real nice start here in the championship game. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
It was the day before the big fair opened. My guys were driving our 100-foot Ferris wheel to Oregon and discovered they needed 2 new tires. The tires were an oddball size, so they called Les Schwab.
We're on it.
They located replacements but had to go to another store. With time ticking away, they got our truck back on the road. The truck arrived at the fairgrounds at midnight, but we got that wheel up just in time. I'm Michael Davis, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
So here we go. It's Sacred Heart bringing it up the floor with a 10-2 deficit, and they turn it over. Cardinal Newman doing a nice job on defense right now, frustrating the Fighting Irish a little bit, a team that has scored 76 points in 2 games, 176 points in 2 games coming into this game tonight. So far, they just have 2 in the first 4 minutes of this first quarter.
Yeah, I think they're not as dialed in to me as Cardinal Newman is, at least at this point in the basketball game. They usually do it from their defensive end, and that triggers their offense. We'll see if they can get going on the defensive end. Cardinal Newman's had some success on the offensive end here early. I think that's disrupting their game.
Del Rosario thought about taking the 3, now pulls it back up top. Elmari Thomas on the left side, nice dribble drive, now kicks it back outside, and the 3 is good. Hatfield got it.
Ariana Hatfield can shoot the ball from outside. She had 13 against Oakland in that game, and she had a great night last night as well. So watch out for her if she gets on fire here.
That shot is off the mark and out of bounds. It'll be a team rebound for Sacred Heart.
I like the offensive set for Cardinal Newman with Vice Need out top. She can handle the basketball. She can shoot the 3. She can take you off the dribble. And she has great vision on the floor, being 6'3". She can see the entire offensive set and look for the open pass. And there are not many coaches out here that have the experience that Monica Myrtle has, or Lorian Russell. Russell played for USF, then went to Germany for 7 years playing pro basketball. And, of course, we know about Monica Myrtle's success. We're going to St. Mary's.
Elmari Thomas with the basket and the foul. Sacred Heart starts to get it going. Thomas, just a junior, great player for the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, I think so far she's been the best player in this basketball tournament. In between the break of the other game, I had a chance to talk to her briefly, and I asked her if she had any scholarship offers or anything, and she said no, not to this point. And I asked her about her grades. She said, I've got great grades, and I'd imagine somebody's going to be picking her up pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, she's just a junior, and I imagine as this season goes along, she'll be getting some offers.
Yeah, she's got some tremendous skill. She got a unique game out there on the floor. She can do it all, and she has great control as well. Just a great sense for the basketball hoop. I'm not sure if it was a jump ball or what they were discussing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They're trying to figure out, I think, which way the possession arrow was supposed to be, if it was correct or not.
Yeah, back to Amari Thomas. We got a game where now it's 8-10. It's only a 2-point lead for Cardinal Newman. They got jumped out to the lead, and now Sacred Heart, just all of a sudden they're back in the game just so quickly. And they're just going to have to be careful. Cardinal Newman is to not turn the ball over, execute their half-court offense very well, precisely, and to get to the offensive glass. And speaking of not turning the ball over, you got to get that ball in bounds.
So 10-8, a chance for Sacred Heart to tie or take the lead. So they're on a nice little 6-0 run. Amari Thomas on the right side. Thomas tries to dish it down low. Might have got away with a travel. The ball's still alive. Britta Irvine comes up with it. Nice hustle for Britta Irvine off the bench for Cardinal Newman. Haley Weiss-Neat for three. Got it. All net. Wow, what a shot.
Yeah, I think she took a shot to the Adam's apple after the shot, too. Hand in her face, but it went to her Adam's apple. She's sitting there trying to get some air.
Haley Weiss-Neat. Nice shot. And there's a foul. Thomas was bumped.
Yeah, on the hesitation, on the dribble. You don't know what she's going to do. The one thing that I would prefer if I'm defending Thomas is I would try to make her shoot from outside. She hasn't proven that she can shoot a super high percentage from the three-point stripe. She likes getting to the basket. She likes taking control. She's good underneath with either hand, so she wants to get inside.
Britta Irvine almost came up with a steal right there. Somehow it ended up into the hands of Malvega. Amari Thomas, nice spin to the rack, got the roll. 5 points now for Thomas, and it's a 13-10 game here in the first quarter.
How'd she get that one to go down? That was a beautiful move in the lane and threw it up and was able to get it down.
After a made basket, Sacred Heart trying to turn up the heat defensively now as they have crept back in this game. Into the corner it goes to Tal Webb. She steps inside the three-point line and drains the shot. A great first quarter for Tal Webb. She has 7 points, and the lead is 5.
Yeah, and she struggled in the first 2 games of this season in this tournament shooting the basketball, so I'm sure she's feeling really good about knocking down a couple shots. As soon as you see the ball go through the hoop, all of a sudden you're scoring again.
Thomas a little strong that time. There's Tiff Salinas. How great to have a player of her caliber coming off the bench. The Cardinals running the floor, and it is a foul as Avery Cargill tried to go up with the left hand and got bumped.
Well, Monica Myrtles, she's gone small. She does no Weiss-Neat. She's got no Lauren Walker. She's got the speedy Tiff Salinas out there on the floor playing down low in the middle, and they've got a speedy team out there. They're going to try to compete running up and down the floor.
Avery Cargill, all net on the first one. She has 4 points here in this first quarter. Just a freshman. How good is she going to be in a couple years?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. She's at the free throw line, and I'm thinking, okay, so she's a freshman. She's got 4 more years. How good is she going to be? It's just amazing.
And Cargill gets both, so she's off to a nice start.
Doesn't appear she has any weaknesses.
Long pass, manages to find its mark, but Cargill gets back in the lane and taps it away. The pass intended for Gianna Silvestri. Cardinal Newman trying to keep the heat on defensively. They've stretched the lead back up to 7 as we close out this first quarter in the Cardinal Newman Classic Championship game. Almost a 5-second call. Del Rosario down the lane, flips it up. A little strong. Britta Irvine has it. Irvine gets it across to Tal Webb. Webb finding Jazzy Henderson open on the left wing. Bounce to Cargill. Cargill in traffic, gets it out of trouble. Key for Cardinal Newman is not turning the ball over. So far, they've done a great job. Shot clock down under 10. Cargill takes it again. They're going to have to get off a shot. Salinas realizes it, goes up with the left hand off the glass and in. So one of the things we've seen from her over the years is her ability to go right and left and use either hand. That's such a great weapon.
The clock was running down. She's got to shoot against the clock, and she goes to the left hand across the lane looking for the open spot. Selena's picking up where she left off last night. 17 points, 12 rebounds. What an impressive performance. She's brought energy like she did last night to this game.
Terrific job for Tiffany Salinas, and it's a 9-point lead. A little bit of a shocker here in the first quarter. 3-point shot way off the mark. Cardinal Newman's defense has been superb so far. Under 5 seconds to go. Tal Webb looking up the floor, finds Salinas. Salinas drives, gets bumped, and gets to the free throw line. Tiffany Salinas will shoot free throws by herself.
There's Salinas on the drive, recognizing the shot clock and the game clock, throwing it up, and as the clock expires, she's able to get the shot off and get the free throw line.
Well, they will bring the players out there. They're going to add maybe a little time on the clock. I thought she's going to have to stand out there by herself, which can be a little odd if you're used to having players lined up right and left, and to kind of shoot by yourself can throw some players off a little bit.
Yeah, it's almost more comfortable. You know, it's more comfortable to be like that right there with pair of players on the free throw line. I know some coaches will just pull all their players back sometimes. I wonder if that's part of the strategy, if, you know, nobody next to shooting that free throw.
Mal Vega picked up her second personal foul as Salinas drains the free throw.
You know, the thing about Salinas is she's the most athletic player on this basketball team. So when she's in the game, she's providing all kinds of energy, defense, rebounding, positioning, and doing everything out on the floor. And, of course, she has more experience than anybody out on the floor as well. She's the only senior on this basketball team.
Yeah, she's the lone senior, and a terrific first quarter for Cardinal Newman as they lead it 21-10 after one here in the Cardinal Newman Classic Championship game. We'll be back with the start of quarter number 2 in just a moment.
North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers for the best in girls AAU basketball. It's the North Bay Elite. Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Cameron & Cameron Ranch and Vineyard Supply, delivering quality for over 40 years.
Cardinal Newman off to a 21-10 start. I want to welcome those of you watching from around the West Coast. We've had hits from all over the place during this tournament. A lot of the games have had at least 2,000 views coming in today, and those numbers keep going up. Really appreciate the fans watching and supporting this tournament from far and wide.
Yeah, and down in San Francisco currently, number of people watching, and they were watching Sacred Heart Cathedral, a team that is super impressive. They're ranked number 3 behind Archbishop Mitty and Pinewood in their conference, and they've been the most impressive team so far in this tournament. Right now they trail 21-10, and let's see if Thomas can get going here.
Del Rosario tries a 3 as Sacred Heart tries to get back on track. Nice offensive rebound and put back by Hatfield as she spins in the lane and scores. Here comes the double team now, and it works for a steal. The turnover and the lay-in, good by Smith.
Yeah, Raina Smith off the press and taking advantage of the defense and getting to the basket. And this is what they do in every single contest we've seen so far in this tournament. They'll go on runs. The other team will start to panic. They'll turn the ball over a number of times, and all of a sudden you trail by 10 points against Sacred Heart. Well, right now Sacred Heart, they trail 21-14 with 7:31 in the second, but you can see that defense is really tough and just smothering.
And you can see Ryan Russell right now, his strategy is, hey, stay calm, we're all right, chip away at the lead, get a couple steals. Cardinal Newman's done a great job taking care of the basketball so far, but right there, the turnover that led to a quick basket at the other end for Sacred Heart makes it a 7-point game.
Here comes that full court press. I think this is the area that is going to challenge Cardinal Newman the most.
Maya Flores trying to stay away from the double team and get it across. She does. Goes behind the back. Nice move, and she's fouled by Del Rosario. Nice job to keep the dribble alive. You just can't pick up the dribble in that situation, and she didn't.
No, once you pick up the dribble, especially if you're up against the sideline or the corners and you come into the front court, that's where the trap
Webb
comes.
on the backside lays it in. Great shot.
You know, that was impressive by Flores bringing the ball up the floor. She handled the ball. She handled the pressure. She didn't panic. She stayed in control, and that's something that this Cardinal Newman team needs is ball handling and the ability to break the press.
Tal Webb off to a great start. She has 10 points. Big basket right there, gets the lead back up to 10. Haley Weiss-Neat getting set to check back in now for Cardinal Newman. 7:11 to go in the second quarter here of the Cardinal Newman Classic Championship game. Tal Webb almost got the steal right there. They get it down low to Thomas. Power move against Jazzy Henderson, and Thomas has 7.
I thought Thomas got fouled as well, and they didn't call it, but what a nice spin move. And, you know, nobody in this tournament can compete with that.
Tal Webb brings it up the floor nicely. She does a very nice job keeping her dribble going as well. Good ball handler. There's Britta Irvine on a spin. She tries to go up the left hand, partially blocked, but Irvine comes down with it. Flashing into the lane, Maya Flores bumped, gets it over to Tiffany Salinas, wide open. Little strong, might have wanted to use the glass on that one, but it's kept alive by Henderson, and Henderson is fouled on her way to the rack.
Wow, how about the activity and energy on the offensive end by Cardinal Newman? They're just out there to win this basketball game. You can feel it, the intensity, the defensive intensity, the offensive intensity. They just are not giving up.
Yeah, they're very into this, obviously hosting their own tournament. Anytime you do that, you want to do well. But also, you know, they got to the championship last year, lost to Oregon City, and they know that if you win a game like this, you're going to be highly ranked. They're already in the top 25 in the state for all divisions. Sacred Heart also, but Sacred Heart ranked a little higher than Cardinal Newman. Henderson misses both free throws. You're going to need all those tonight. Here comes Thomas. Ilmari Thomas down the lane, runner off the glass, and good.
I don't know. She just went end to end and threw in a 10-footer.
The steal, but then the block by Chief. Nice job, Haley Weiss-Neat. Mayfield got the steal. Chief got right back in the lane and blocked the shot. Maya Flores up top now, 6:05 to go in the second quarter. The lead is now just 6 for Cardinal Newman, trying to get the backdoor cut, and it's kept alive. The steal by Hatfield. Ahead it goes to Thomas. Thomas spins on Salinas with the left hand, no good. Thomas with her own miss, and she's fouled from behind.
She's so in control. She's just she's like 2 years ahead of everybody else with maturity in the game of basketball. She set up that move. She didn't make it, but watch her go to left hand. Watch this. Spin move against the defense and just and then following her own and getting to the free throw line.
10 points now for Amari Thomas as Lauren Walker checks in. Tiff Salinas takes a break.
Seems like since that last time out by Coach Ryan Russell, it seems like the intensity of Sacred Heart on the defensive end is changing the game.
Well, that is definitely their game. He knows they've got to just keep the pressure up, keep the heat on. Haley Weiss-Neat handling the rock now, gets it across to Tal Webb. Webb with a strong runner, a little bit too strong. The rebound falls into the hands of Hatfield. Hatfield with 3 rebounds. Here comes Sacred Heart. And Lauren Walker gets a hand up on that one and bats it away. 24-20 now. Cardinal Newman by 4. Hatfield looking for an inbound, settles up top for Fleming. Mayfield gets it up to Thomas. Thomas behind the screen, doesn't take the shot. Mayfield, or excuse me, that is Fleming for 3 from the corner. And look out, it's 24-23. Haley Weiss-Neat takes the inbound. You can see the expressions on the Cardinal Newman faces. They're starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Here comes Maya Flores now down the lane. Gets it to Jazzy Henderson. Henderson for three. Not quite there. She's a great three-point shooter. They'll need those tonight. Here comes Thomas getting it ahead. It trickles out for Mayfield, and Cardinal Newman has it.
Wow, what a great look ahead by Thomas. The pass was perfect. The hands of Fleming. It was a fantastic play. I mean, Mayfield, and she just wasn't able to convert, but great hands and great control. But the rhythm of this game has definitely changed since that timeout. The defensive intensity, the pressure on Cardinal Newman, and that's how Sacred Heart has won every game in this tournament. The quickness, on the break, the quickness in defense, the full court pressure. Most of their offense comes from the defensive end.
Flores got it. They are in the bonus now. 17 fouls against Sacred Heart, so she will get an extra free throw right here to try to add to the 2-point lead. It rattles the rim, no good. Coming down with the rebound was Smith, and here comes Sacred Heart trying to tie it. Nice drive, no foul. Kept alive by Webb. Webb bounces it ahead to Maya Flores. She finds Britta Irvine. The numbers favor Sacred Heart, and Cardinal Newman pulls it back out up top. 4:35 to go, second quarter. Nice move by Flores. She goes off the glass and in. Pretty move, Maya Flores. Lead is 3 for Cardinal Newman.
For Flores, she's kind of been struggling with her outside shot. She's usually pretty good with that. Shoots a high percentage from three. It's a shot like that might get her going.
Over the top they go to Thomas. The shot disrupted, and Haley Weiss-Neat has it. Del Rosario picks up the foul that time. 26-23, 4:05 to go.
Watch Flores off the dribble. Going right, behind the back, going left, and going to the left hand. The left-hander. She's knocking that one in.
Tal Webb doesn't get it. Ilmari Thomas has the rebound. Thomas with 3 rebounds and 11 points, going coast to coast. Off the glass, no. Haley Weiss-Neat trying to keep it alive, but Thomas wins the battle, and Thomas is fouled.
Well, Thomas doing what she does. Amari driving the ball, shooting that little runner that she likes on the right-hand side, but going to the offensive glass and out-battling everybody else, coming up with the basketball, and now getting to the free throw line again.
Boy, a shooter's roll that time. 12 points now for Amari Thomas. She has a chance to make it a 1-point game. Tiff Salinas back in. Lauren Walker takes a break. Avery Cargill back in now for Cardinal Newman. So they continue to keep fresh players on the floor. Second one rattles and rolls out. Tal Webb has it. 3:50 to go. Good battle here in the championship game of the Cardinal Newman Classic. Backdoor cut by Cargill. She flips it into the corner to Maya Flores. Cardinals continue to work it to the open player. It is Webb who misses. Gets her own rebound, tries to dump it down low, but it's taken away by Sacred Heart. Kept alive by Flores, but now the Fighting Irish gain control. Nice runner. Hatfield no good. Tiff Salinas has it. Nice little trickle pass out. Cargill facing the double team. Tries to get it across and does. Bounces it to Haley Weiss-Neat. Cheat from 17, dishes to Webb. Webb for 3. Off the mark. Cardinal Newman going a little bit cold, and Tiff Salinas can't hang on to it underneath.
Salinas with great position down on the weak side, trying to get that rebound. Certainly in this game, her athleticism and quickness is really going to help Cardinal Newman, but great defense by Cardinal Newman on that particular last set, and then on the offensive end, just not able to knock that one down. Webb has been shooting the ball well. She's going to take a seat now, but not able to knock that last 3 attempt down.
Under 3 to play in the half. Things tightening up here in the championship game. Nice backdoor cut. Up top it goes. Hatfield rattles it. Salinas, great position. She has 4 rebounds now off the bench for Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, her experience is really going to pay dividends in this basketball game. You can see her confidence on the floor.
Cargill, nice pass to Salinas. Little bump underneath, and at last touch Tiff. Sacred Heart might have got a little with a little body contact underneath that time.
There's a headband or something on the floor there, out there by the half court. I think Fleming's going to throw it out. Okay,
yeah,
good.
she got it.
Yeah, didn't want to have somebody trip on it.
2:20 to play now in the half. Hatfield for 3. Flores with the rebound. Cardinal Newman trying to get it up the floor, but it's taken away. Nice save that time by Mayfield. She flipped it back over her shoulder. Del Rosario, drive and dish. Mayfield, no good. Hatfield, tapped out of bounds by Cargill. It'll stay with Sacred Heart, 27-24. Good defensive job so far for Cardinal Newman. However, here in the second quarter, the shots not falling as freely as they did in the first. They scored 21 in that first quarter, had an 11-point lead. It's evaporated to 3.
Yeah, evaporated is a good thing, but good way to describe it, I should say, but it's because of the defensive effort by Sacred Heart. It's really changed this basketball game.
Salinas with another rebound, and she's tied up. Is it a foul call? Tie up, possession arrow pointing towards Cardinal Newman's direction. So they'll take over with 1:47 to go.
I didn't see the hit on Cargill, but she has a napkin or a Kleenex or something in her right nose. She must have got a bloody nose.
Yeah, that's
when
she went out early in the game, and I didn't see that either. But yeah, she does have a bloody nose, I believe, and she does have it taken care of right now. But it can be very uncomfortable not being able to breathe out of both sides of your nose.
Yeah, definitely.
Maya Flores trying to dribble it up. Fleming staying with her. Flores goes behind the back again. Kicks it out to Cargill. Cargill for 3. Doesn't get it. Salinas tries for the rebound, but Thomas has great position, and she takes it down for the Fighting Irish. Long pass ahead. Into the lane now. That one out of bounds off Sacred Heart, just their 4th turnover. Smith lost the handle.
Yeah, Raina Smith just couldn't control it, getting to the basket. I like Raina Smith in the open court, though. She's so aggressive getting to the basket. Any chance she has to split the double or get somebody off the dribble and get to the basket, she's got athleticism, height, length, and she's got soft touch off the glass.
Mayfield got called for the personal foul way back in the back court, so they're going to march to the other end, and Avery Cargill will shoot. 1-and-1 opportunity. Cargill has hit both her free throw opportunities so far today. Again, she is just a freshman playing her first varsity tournament, and talk about getting thrown into the fire against this competition in this Cardinal Newman Classic. Although, again, at the AAU level, she's been playing with this team for quite a few years, so they know each other. They've been playing against the Sacred Heart girls for quite a few years as well.
Yeah, don't ever underestimate chemistry. Chemistry and knowing what other players are going to do out on the court and anticipating backdoor cuts or how they're going to play defensively. It's just something you just really can't measure.
A 4-point lead for Newman with 1:15 to go in the quarter. Winding down the first half of this Cardinal Newman Classic championship game. Fleming, nice bounce pass up top, and a travel call that goes against Smith.
Well, for Sacred Heart, one thing I would notice is Fleming's not getting as many three-point attempts. If I were them, I would try to get the ball into Thomas's hands, run that offense, and get Fleming in that corner. She ended up with 4 or 5 threes in last night's contest, just shooting dead-eye shots. And so far in this game, she only has 1.
Maya Flores gets it across, finds Chief in the corner. Nice bounce pass to Salinas. Salinas going up against Thomas. Great spin. Doesn't get it with the left hand. Del Rosario has the rebound.
Everything was great about that play except the ball going through the hoop.
Saving it that time along the baseline was Hatfield, but she threw it right to a Cardinal Newman Cardinal. Here comes Cargill. Nice bounce pass to Jazzy Henderson. And an offensive foul call is Del Rosario. Or check that. That was Kalug. Jan Kalug takes the foul, takes the offensive foul. That was close. Cargill almost was able to avoid her, tried to chop her steps and move aside, but couldn't do it.
I would say I wouldn't have called that. I wouldn't have called that particular one. She was going away from the defender. So, but if you're calling it from across the court, it's hard to see sometimes.
30 seconds to go now, just 20 seconds to play in this one. First half winding down. Fleming all the way to the rack, tries to throw up a miracle shot. Maya Flores keeps it alive for Cardinal Newman. And a travel. 3rd turnover by Cardinal Newman. Tell you what, they're letting them play, Ronnie.
Yeah, they are. And there's 7.3 remaining in this half. Cardinal Newman with a 4-point lead. They need to try to hold Sacred Heart to that 4-point lead and not let Fleming get free, because she's the inbounder. So if they move away from her, she's the one that's likely to be unguarded.
Inbound goes to Thomas. Thomas goes to her right, a little strong, back rim. And that's going to do it for the first half. Cardinal Newman hangs on to the lead, but it wasn't easy. They got outscored 14-7 in that second quarter. And as the teams head to the locker rooms, it is Cardinal Newman with a 28-24 lead here in the Cardinal Newman Classic Championship game. We'll take a break right here and be back with the start of the third quarter in just a moment.
Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Cameron & Cameron Ranch and Vineyard Supply, delivering quality for over 40 years.
At George Peterson Insurance, we support the communities we serve and live in. You'll find us helping out at the Boys and Girls Club and Sonoma Humane Society, collecting food for the Redwood Empire Food Bank, and more. It's our goal to make our neighborhoods a better place. We are invested in your success. For over 75 years, George Peterson Insurance has been serving our communities and customers with top-notch service and competitive pricing. Find out what we have to offer. George Peterson Insurance, we've got your back.
Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Cameron & Cameron Ranch and Vineyard Supply, delivering quality for over 40 years. North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers. For the best in girls AAU basketball, it's the North Bay Elite.
Well, my mother decided to open up a restaurant in 1977, and somewhat of a tough little neighborhood, and the price was right. So I think the reason we came to Railroad Square was it wasn't Railroad Square, it was Lower 4th Street. She was fortunate just to have a pretty good idea at the right time. There was both about 34 years here and 4 years in Vineyard. So it's been a pretty long time. We're going to have a big party for the 35th anniversary. We're not there yet. Watched a lot of people grow up, get married, have children. Yeah, so a lot happens in 33 years.
Malloy, Emery, and Vesconi Insurance Services, a professional agency with personal service, insuring wine country since 1890.
My wife and I were stranded after suffering our second flat tire on a hot August day. Our 3 horses were thirsty and there was no help in sight. We called Les Schwab, and luckily Justin answered the phone.
Les Schwab Tire Center.
And even though it was after closing, Justin came to our rescue. He drove an hour with tires and even brought water for our horses. We'll never buy tires anywhere else.
Take care now.
I'm Larry Butler, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
It was the day before the big fair opened. My guys were driving our 100-foot Ferris wheel to Oregon and discovered they needed 2 new tires. The tires were an oddball size, so they called Les Schwab.
We're on it.
They located replacements but had to go to another store. With time ticking away, they got our truck back on the road. The truck arrived at the fairgrounds at midnight, but we got that wheel up just in time. I'm Michael Davis, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers. For the best in girls AAU basketball, it's the North Bay Elite. Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Cameron & Cameron Ranch and Vineyard Supply, delivering quality for over 40 years.
At George Peterson Insurance, we support the communities we serve and live in. You'll find us helping out at the Boys and Girls Club and Sonoma Humane Society, collecting food for the Redwood Empire Food Bank, and more. It's our goal to make our neighborhoods a better place. We're invested in your success. For over 75 years, George Peterson Insurance has been serving our communities and customers with top-notch service and competitive pricing. Find out what we have to offer. George Peterson Insurance, we've got your back.
Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Cameron & Cameron Ranch and Vineyard Supply, delivering quality for over 40 years. North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers. For the best in girls AAU basketball, it's the North Bay Elite.
He comes to the plate for just a few seconds. The windup takes forever, but the hit lasts a lifetime. They grow up so fast. You want to be there for every game, but sometimes life gets in the way. What if you could see every hit, every score, every heartbreaking finish, and share it right when it's happening? Now you can with the High Five app. Just press play and share the great moments with friends and family anywhere in the world. And why stop sharing with the family? High Five lets you share with your social media network as well. But High Five does much more than sharing. You can support all your favorite athletes when it really counts. Encourage them in the things they love to do the most, and high five them whenever you want. Let them know you're with them all the way. When the game is over, High Five saves those great moments so you can keep them for a lifetime. Create a sports channel for every athlete in the family. Live it, share it, watch it forever. High Five. Just press play.
And we are ready to go for the second half. A 28-24 lead for Cardinal Newman, trying to win their own tournament for the first time here in 2015, just the second year of this tournament. And boy, there have been some great teams over the last couple of years. Sacred Heart making it to the championship for the first time after dropping to Oregon City last year, the eventual champion. This year, Sacred Heart turned the tables, and now they trail Cardinal Newman by 4 heading into the third quarter.
And Dave, I think the team that's going to win this basketball game is the team that executes their game plan the very best. It's Cardinal Newman in the half-court set, running their offense, playing good defense, or Sacred Heart in the full court and scoring off of the press.
Maya Flores doesn't get either three. Walker with an offensive rebound. Cardinal Newman got 2 pretty good looks right there. Neither would fall. Thomas brings it up quickly. Hatfield now dribbles it up top. Del Rosario back to Thomas. Thomas led all scorers with 12 points in the first half. Tal Webb had 10 for Cardinal Newman.
Yeah, it was the balanced scoring of Cardinal Newman against Thomas scored half of their points.
Del Rosario sticks the 3. Just her second basket of the ball game, and that makes it a 1-point game.
Well, a lot of contact out here on the floor with the defense, but the intensity, you can feel the pressure building. Start of the second half. Who wants to win this game? These teams have faced each other before, and I'm really interested in seeing who's gonna win this basketball game.
So Cardinal Newman now leading by 1. They've been managed to hold off Sacred Heart after leading by 11 in the first quarter, and Sacred Heart coming back, but then they were able to stretch it out a little bit at the end of that second quarter. Trying to handle the pressure. Maya Flores gets it into Tal Webb. And Cardinal Newman will run their half-court offense. Haley Weiss-Neat turns and scores. Nice shot for the Chief. First basket of the second half. Chief now with 5 points on the night. A 3-point lead for Newman. Del Rosario guarded by Cargill, picked up her dribble. Thomas now weaving her way into the paint. Double team, no good. Weiss-Neat comes down with a rebound. Cargill now trying to stay out of trouble. Gets it across. Del Rosario right with her with a little man-to-man defense here for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, they were in the zone last time down the floor. Now here they go man-to-man on the defensive end.
Flores gets it over to Haley Weiss-Neat. Chief working on Smith. The runner no good. Somehow Chief keeps it alive. Nice offensive rebound. Cargill skip pass all the way to Flores. Flores 4-3. Just not quite able to get it to drop. Back out to Flores it goes. And a foul from behind on Hatfield.
Well, I sure like it when Weiss-Neat is taking the ball off the dribble and trying to get to the glass. She's a mismatch for any team that faces her. She's 6'3". She handles the ball well. She has that little jump stop shot from 10 feet. She is very difficult to guard. I like it in her hands. I like it at the top of the key. Weiss-Neat could be key here in the second half.
Weiss-Neat getting some interest from colleges, as well she should. Gonzaga, one of the schools interested. Sacred Heart comes down with the ball on the floor now. Here comes Del Rosario. Finding Thomas well beyond the arc. Thomas hits the bottom of the net. And just like that, we are tied. 15 points for Ilmari Thomas.
Wow, there's something she hasn't shown in this tournament yet. Knocking it down from about 27 feet out. And effortless, too. It was just like a little free throw shot.
Haley Weiss-Neat tries to answer at the other end. Rattles the rim, no good. She's been a little reluctant to shoot tonight, which surprises me. Here comes Thomas now, one-on-one with Chief. Webb has the rebound.
Great retreat on defense. She had her hands up, she retreated away, and it kind of threw Thomas off as she was going to the basket.
Maya Flores will penetrate this time. Doesn't quite get it. Malvega got over and cut her off, and now Lauren Walker mixing it up inside.
Walker getting to the glass. She's been effective down low, whether it's deflecting basketballs or not.
So it'll be an inbound opportunity now for Cardinal Newman underneath the basket, tied up 30-30. Zerlee picked up the foul that time. And Cardinal Newman started the motion a little early that time. Tal Webb was open, but the ball hadn't been handed to the inbounder yet.
And Sacred Heart continues that defensive intensity that they had at the end of the first half. It's causing problems for Cardinal Newman, but they're going to have to continue to run ball.
Maya Flores fouled beyond the arc. That's going to be 3. She is frustrated. She hasn't been able to get her three-point shot going. That is normally her game. She's a great outside shooter. But if she can get hot here in the second half of this game, that'll all be forgotten.
Yeah, it's just confidence. It's just confidence at this point. She has the shot. We saw her, I think it was last year in the first game of the tournament, she had 19 points, and it was like through only 3 quarters. So she has the ability to knock that shot down, but I just believe it's a confidence issue at this point.
Not calling that a shooting foul, interestingly enough.
Hey, but if it's not going in, you got to do it in different ways. She plays defense. She handles the ball. You got to assist and get to somebody who has the hot hand.
Zerlee guarding Lauren Walker taps it out of bounds as the Cardinals try to go down into the post. Walker, the 6'5" center for this team.
Yeah, she's key out there on the defensive end. She's really great at getting to the offensive glass. And remember, Tao Webb was the leading scorer in that first half, and she had the hot hand. So let's see if they get in the hands of Webb.
Flores trying to shake free on the inbound play. Guarded closely by Fleming.
Webb has an
Cargill
advantage.
can't handle the pass, but it was last touched by Del Rosario.
She's being guarded by Thomas right now. She has a quickness advantage, and I would try to get outside, get her an open look, bring Thomas away from the basket. That'll give Walker also a better chance of getting the offensive rebound.
Flores looking for someone to inbound it to. She's going to have to hurry, and she didn't. Oh, they called a timeout. Monica Myrtle was right there in front, and she called a quick timeout there smartly to avoid the turnover. 30-30. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay with you. It's been a great tournament. Seen some terrific action. In the consolation championship earlier today, Menlo defeated Santa Rosa 67-48. The third place game was won by Oregon City over Regis Jesuit 52-33. And boy, we've seen some terrific action. A lot of great players, a lot of great teams, and it'll be interesting to see how many of these 8 teams are in postseason play, how many move on past section play and into NorCals. I imagine it's going to be a pretty high percentage of these teams. Maybe all of them.
This is a super talented tournament, and a lot of skill and a lot of confidence coming out of this tournament, even if you lost, just playing against this level of competition. Something that I'm seeing out on the floor is Coach Russell has gone to Thomas, Lee, and McVega, although Lee's sitting back down now, but for a while there, Lee was in there, and they had a really big front line against Cardinal Newman.
Tal Webb fires up a 3 with the shot clock expiring, and Avery Cargill has an offensive rebound. Just barely beat the shot clock that time.
All because of Walker getting to the offensive glass, Dave, and tipping that basketball.
Tal Webb for 3 in the corner. Got it! Tal Webb has had the hot hand. Cardinal Newman recognizes it, and they get her the basketball. Thomas steps back and hits it. 17 points for Ilmari Thomas. 33-32. What a game here in this championship. There's Jazzy Henderson.
Walker's over the top, open.
They got it to her. Great feed from Tal Webb and Lauren Walker with her first basket of the night. And the lead is back up to 3 for Cardinal Newman.
Dave, it was all about the angle. They had it in the corner. She didn't have as good a position. They sent it out to Webb on the top. She threw it over the top with a great pass.
Del Rosario to Thomas. Webb comes down with another rebound. What a game for Tal Webb. She's got a few assists. She's got 13 points, 5 rebounds. Maya Flores stops on a dime and drains it. What a jump stop that time.
Yeah, no time to think about it. That's how you get back your shot. You know, if you can't make a shot from outside, you're thinking about the 3. You're just on the move. You take the jump stop, you make it. It probably helps you in your confidence.
Jump stop got Smith to roll right past her. Now it's Jazzy Henderson going for the steal, and she has it. 7th turnover by Sacred Heart. Cargill, 4-3 off the mark. Offensive rebound, Webb. Jazzy Henderson to the rack. Got it! Big basket right there. And Lorian Russell wants to talk things over with his Fightin' Irish. It is now 39-32 with 2:31 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a break right here and be back with more from the Cardinal Newman Classic Championship game in just a moment.
It was the day before the big fair opened. My guys were driving our 100-foot Ferris wheel to Oregon and discovered they needed 2 new tires. The tires were an oddball size, so they called Les Schwab.
We're on it.
They located replacements but had to go to another store. With time ticking away, they got our truck back on the road. The truck arrived at the fairgrounds at midnight, but we got that wheel up just in time. I'm Michael Davis, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Cardinal Newman has extended the lead to 7, 39-32, with the outside shooting of Ty Webb, the inside play on the offensive glass by Lauren Walker, and the hustle by Jazzy Henderson. Here she is off the dribble. Look, over the top, they're looking for Walker. The pass to Webb, and the great touch pass to Walker with a nice finish. They lead by 7.
So Cardinal Newman stretching the lead after it was tied 30-30. Fleming tries one for the corner, no good. Thomas keeps it alive, blocked by Walker. A two-handed block underneath. Fleming for 3, Nice position that time underneath, and the basket good by Smith. Brianna Smith, beautiful box out on the offensive glass. Chief brings it up against Smith now. Jazzy Henderson. Henderson and Flores have not shot that well from three-point land tonight, and those are two players they normally count on. We'll see if either of them can get hot and help Cardinal Newman take this championship. Flores spinning, finally gets it to Cargill. 3 seconds to shoot. Walker's going to have to hurry. She gets it off. No good. Did it hit the rim? Yes, it did. And Lauren Walker battles for her own miss. A tie-up call. The possession arrow favors Sacred Heart. Great hustle by 6'5" Lauren Walker.
Wow, how about the aggressiveness by Walker and staying with it, fighting through and continuing to battle. But what a great job. Hey, what that does is that gives them the next tie-up. There's under a minute, 30 seconds remaining. 5-point lead, Cardinal Newman.
Smith, a little strong, trying the three. Ball kept alive, and Flores comes down with a rebound, her third. Flores going all the way herself, draws the foul, and gets to the line. Smith got her.
Flores pushing the ball up the floor and getting to the free throw line here. Very important free throws for Cardinal Newman with Flores standing at the free throw line.
Flores now with 8. Got them both. Clutch free throws for the sophomore, Maya Flores. And the lead is back up to 7.
Yeah, definitely.
Cardinal Newman trying to pull off a pretty big upset when you look at the fact that Sacred Heart Cathedral was in the Open Division last year, won the CCS Open Division. Ranked in the top 15 in the state. Cardinal Newman in the top 25. Ball bounced out of bounds off Thomas's foot. The 8th turnover by the Fighting Irish. And Cardinal Newman has a chance with just under 50 seconds to go in this third quarter to make a huge statement heading into the final 8 minutes.
Well, they're going to have to break the press here. There's still 50 seconds left. Turnovers can happen rapidly. Layups can happen quickly. Can they handle the press? Can they handle the pressure? Time is winding down for Sacred Heart, though.
Jazzy Henderson brings it up. Guarded closely by Mayfield. She gets it across nicely. Cardinals have done a tremendous job handling the full court pressure tonight.
I'm surprised Sacred Heart didn't trap in the backcourt. Time is running down.
Haley Weiss-Neat turns and fires off a 3. Good position that time by Thomas, and she has the rebound. Her 6th. Thomas all the way to the rack. Tipped, and she's fouled.
Yeah, Cardinal Newman definitely lucky she didn't make that one. Then they could have cut into this lead and it made it a 4-point basketball game with 22 seconds remaining. But free throws key here for Thomas. She can cut it to 5. Game not over. You got to make them though. If you don't make them, you can't cut the lead and you can't give yourself a chance.
Thomas had quite a game. 17 points, 6 rebounds, couple steals as well.
Quiet 17.
Gets 1 of 2. Tal Webb will check back in, see if the Cardinals can get her an open look.
Yeah, on this press, I'd bring everybody to the front court and try to get the steal. I'd double and triple team everybody in the front court with 22 seconds remaining and try to get that ball away from them. You can't come back and just play it full court like this. Time's just going to run out on you.
They clear it out for Flores, and she gets it across. Fleming guarding her. Shot clock is off. Flores goes all the way to the rack and draws another foul. Maya Flores getting the foul call and going to the free throw line. Great job with just 9.8 to go in the quarter.
One thing you know, you like her confidence because she's handling the ball, she's getting to the basket, and she's willing to go to the free throw line in a clutch moment.
Flores got it. She has 10 points now.
Yeah, that's
3 rebounds.
Kind of mentality you want on your team. You want the ball in her hands at the end of the game to get to the basket and get to the free throw line because she likes it. Some people shy away from it during the last minutes of the game. I like the way Flores has come and stepped up here at the very end of this last minute.
Flores got the second one as well. 4 straight from the free throw line, and now Sacred Heart will have a chance to take the final shot of the quarter. Thomas spins, double team. Outside shot, good. Wow, what a shot by Hatfield to grab a little momentum for Sacred Heart. At the end of 3, it is 43-35. Cardinal Newman on top with 8 minutes to go in this 2015 Cardinal Newman Classic Championship. We'll be back with the final 8 in this one in just a moment here on YSN365.com.
North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers. For the best in girls AAU basketball, it's the North Bay Elite. Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Cameron & Cameron Ranch and Vineyard Supply, delivering quality for over 40 years.
So we get ready to start the fourth quarter here in this Cardinal Newman Classic Girls Tournament Championship game. Sacred Heart Cathedral trailing Cardinal Newman 43-35. The Cardinals trying to pull off kind of a mild upset. Not, completely shocking, but an upset nonetheless.
No, just as well as Sacred Heart's played in this tournament, I think that might, indicate maybe an upset. But both teams are highly ranked. It's early in the season, so it's really hard to know how good somebody really is. But in the first 2 games, Cardinal Newman struggled a little bit more than Sacred Heart. Their wins were super convincing, overwhelming, really. And we've got 8 minutes to go. It's a 6-point lead for Cardinal Newman. Let's see if they can hold on and finish this game.
Nice spin move by Tiff Salinas as she starts the fourth quarter with a bang. Cardinal Newman only has 1 team foul going into this fourth quarter. That could be huge. 1 more against Sacred Heart, and Cardinal Newman will be in the bonus. That's a 3. Nice shot by Fleming as she heats it up. Sacred Heart's going to make a run here. And here comes the steal attempt. The ball kept alive by Fleming, and she takes a quick timeout.
Wow, what an alert play by her. She knew she was on the ground. The defense was there. She was trapped. She had no other option. She had to call the timeout. They trail by 5. They have the possession now. And Coach Russell's going to talk to him about being aggressive, getting the ball down into Thomas, kicking it out to Fleming, or maybe Hatfield for the outside shot. This is a team that can be really deadly, and they can score a lot of points fast. And on the other hand, for Cardinal Newman, Coach Myrtle's in there telling him, she's talking to him, she's saying, hey, take care of the basketball, be aggressive on defense, run the offensive set.
She's got 13 points, 5 rebounds.
Full court with that stop and pop. That was a great little move by her right there. And if she has an opportunity to get to the free throw line again, get there. Try to get there and get to the free throw line and then put them in the double bonus.
Jazzy Henderson finishing that one off nicely. Lead down to 5 now, and Sacred Heart has the ball. So the Cardinal Newman defense will try and dig in right here and come up with another stop. They've been able to come up with huge stops all night long.
Tal Webb's been the hot hand for the Cardinals. So let's see if she can work off a pick. I know on that last series she was being guarded by Amari Thomas. She has an advantage in quickness. She can run her off a pick. She can get to the corner, or she can take her off the dribble.
Nice overhead pass. It goes to Fleming. Fleming driving on Salinas. Sacred Heart working the clock down under 15 seconds. Lob pass to Thomas. She spins in the paint with the left hand. Didn't get it. Haley Weiss-Neat has the rebound. Haley Weiss-Neat trying to get out of trouble right there. What's the call? Is it a foul or a tie-up? It's a tie-up, so Sacred Heart will hang on. Nice rebound by Chief, but she was immediately double-teamed, and Sacred Heart gets the tie-up.
Yeah, I think the official had something to say about the roughness down low and the swing of the elbows.
Del Rosario takes the pass up top, guarded by Avery Cargill. And a foul away from the ball. Jazzy Henderson, who was battling with Amari Thomas.
Yeah, that's a tough battle down there. She can't handle her by herself. She's going to need a double team. She's going to need some help.
Second team foul.
The quickness is great, but they're going to need help. Thomas knows it. She's trying to get the ball.
Inbound, no good. Mayfield tried to get it. Now it's Cardinal Newman beating the press. Jazzy Henderson ahead to Tiff Salinas. Salinas goes up strong, a little too strong. Tal Webb, she's had the hot hand. She tries the three off the front rim. Thomas has the rebound. Here comes Fleming now on the open floor. Cargill tries to defend her and manages to get the stop, but an offensive rebound by Mayfield. They almost threw it away backcourt that time. Great sequence right there, but nobody was able to score.
The Cardinals in a man-to-man defense. They haven't really extended outside the three-point line.
Thomas, tough try inside. Tie up, and this time the possession arrow favors Cardinal Newman. Salinas diving over the top right there and manages to tie it up with Fleming.
Well, one thing you know about Tiff Salinas, she's going to compete. She's going to get on the floor. She's going to scrap for that ball. And maybe the most athletic player out here on the floor. So let's see if Cardinal Newman can come down and run their offensive set. I like Chief dribbling the ball and bringing it up the court. But right there, they come up with a steal.
5th turnover by Newman. That's a big one. Outside shot. Mayfield off the glass. Check it, that's Hatfield off the glass and in. What a shot. It's a 2-point game.
Just under 6 to go here. Flores handling the pressure well.
Flores inside. Tiff Salinas tried to keep it alive, lost the handle. 6 turnovers now for Cardinal Newman. 5:47 to go. Still a lot of basketball to play in this one, and what a game. 45-43, Cardinal Newman over Sacred Heart. Lauren Walker getting set to check in for the Lady Cardinals.
Dave, they still have Henderson on Thomas, and Thomas is coming out. I'd be setting up down low.
Thomas a little strong. Nice defense by Jazzy. Maya Flores with her 4th rebound. Flores looking up the floor, finds Cargill.
Monica Myrtle must see something on the defensive end with Henderson. Maybe it's quickness preventing Thomas from getting off the dribble and getting going to the hoop. I'm sure that's what she's doing, and I'm sure everybody else is aware to collapse down in if she does get beat off the dribble. But Henderson has got her work cut out for her. She's doing a good job so far.
I think part of it is familiarity. She's played against Thomas a number of times and guarded her a number of times. So she's got the experience. She knows Thomas's moves, and she's doing a pretty good job despite she is giving away a few inches.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Quite an effort out there.
Cargill at the free throw line. Clutch free throw for the freshman Avery Cargill. She has 7 points, her first point of the second half.
Well, that's one thing Cardinal Newman has done. They've made their free throws. Flores.
Doesn't get the second. There's Haley Vice Neat. Huge putback. 3-point play for Newman. They lead by 5. Del Rosario off the mark. Cardinal Newman's ball. Big possession right here for Cardinal Newman now, Ron. They've got a little momentum back. Every time Sacred Heart has made a run at them, they've been able to come back and find an answer.
Sacred Hearts always seem to find a way to turn the ball over and get an opportunity. Let's see if the trapping defense is going to cause a problem this time.
Flores to Cargill. Cargill to Jazzy Henderson. Henderson bounces it across, and it was kicked by Sacred Heart. Not a bad move defensively because Lauren Walker had an easy weak side lay-in had she been able to take in that pass.
Yeah, what a great option for Cardinal Newman. If they do break the press and get the ball down the floor, is Lauren Walker's always there hovering around the basket, and she has soft hands, great touch, and she knows what to do.
Tal Webb, short corner, got it. She has been the top scorer for Newman all night. She now has 15 points and a timeout taken by Lorian Russell. We'll step aside ourselves. It's now 50-43, Cardinal Newman by 7. We'll be back with the conclusion of the Cardinal Newman Classic championship game here on YSN365.com. Crowd here tonight. A lot of folks came to watch a little bit of this, and then we'll head down to the Cardinal Newman football game, which kicks off at 7 o'clock at Rancho Cotati. We'll have that live coverage on KSRO, and also link to it from ysn365.com from the live page. 50-43. Newman by 7. They've led throughout this game. Every time Sacred Heart's made a run at them, they've been able to get the momentum back.
So the headline in the paper is Newman has defensive might because of their performance last night. If they're going to win this basketball game, once again, it's going to be because of their defense tonight, and they're going to have to continue that in the last 4.5 minutes of this basketball game.
Malvega trying to get inside on Walker. Walker comes down with the ball somehow, and she's fouled from behind by Malvega. Nice rebound, Lauren Walker.
Yeah, Walker does. She's aggressive, swinging her elbows.
Oh, now they're going to call it a foul on Walker, I believe, throwing the elbow.
Well, back in the day, they used to grab the basketball and they would teach you to kind of swing your elbows with the ball and kind of clear out space. And that was kind of a given. And she swings her elbows. She's just really strong. And so I don't know if it's really out of the realm of her body and protecting herself or swinging and trying to protect the ball, but it was called that particular play. So obviously the officials were trying to tone it down a little bit.
50-43 now, 4:10 to go. Pass goes to Thomas. Thomas with the jump hook, and it didn't go in. Hit net and somehow trickled out, but she will go to the free throw line for a pair.
Certainly Thomas has struggled here in the second half scoring the basketball. And off the dribble and inside, she hasn't gotten very many rolls, but a lot of it's attributed to the defensive play by Cardinal Newman. She makes that free throw there and cuts the lead to 6. There's 4:03 remaining. Plenty of time for Sacred Heart. Cardinal Newman has to take control of the basketball, not turn it over against this press, and make their free throws when they have opportunities.
20 points now for Amari Thomas as she gets them both. The lead cut to 5. 4:03 to go.
Tal Webb's going to take a seat. I bet it's not very long, though. She's had such a great game. She's the hot hand for Cardinal Newman.
And Flores and Jazzy Henderson have struggled from beyond the arc. We'll see if either one of them can get hot here down the stretch and seal this championship. I have a feeling either one of them just gets one to drop, then they're going to get their confidence back. They're throwing this one long. Haley Weiss-Neat tries to break the press deep and somehow manages to come down with the ball, then finds Lauren Walker. Flores with the baseball pass long.
Yeah, she saw the defense come forward and threw it over the top.
Haley Weiss-Neat gets it back to Maya Flores. 5 seconds to shoot. Cargill's going to have to hustle to get it off. Flores way beyond the arc, didn't hit the rim. Sacred Heart gets the stop on defense.
That's something we haven't seen in this game is Thomas handled the ball out front very much. She was really effective through both games getting to this finals game, and let's see if she...
Thomas for 3, look out. 23 points now for Omari Thomas, and it's a 2-point game.
Wow, what a shot. Clutch. Here she is from the outside, boom. Just score it in the bucket, in the basket, just incredible.
She is a good one. 50-48 now. 3:15 to play. Flores dribbling up calmly, trying not to turn the ball over. She gets it across nicely, goes behind the back, tries to bounce it to Walker, and it's kicked by Mayfield, so the ball will stay with Cardinal Newman. She's trying to bounce that through to Lauren Walker and couldn't quite thread the needle.
Okay, on the inbounds pass, let's see what they do. See if they can execute a good offensive set here.
Cargill, and she steps on the line. So a big possession right now for Sacred Heart. 2-point game, 3:03 to go.
Smith will take a seat. Back in comes Hatfield. Hatfield's dangerous from 3. Watch out. Mayfield can shoot from outside. Also,
offensive foul call. Hatfield got caught red-handed that time. 2:58 to go. Another huge possession for Cardinal Newman, Ronnie.
Yep.
And And a timeout taken. So 50-48. Down the stretch we go here in the Cardinal Newman Classic Championship game. We'll be back with more action in just a moment here on YSN 365.com.
He comes to the plate for just a few seconds. The windup takes forever,
It's like a minute and 20
but the
second
hit
spot.
lasts a lifetime. They grow up so fast. You want to be there for every game, but sometimes life gets in the way. What if you could see every hit, every score, every heartbreaking finish, and share it right when it's happening? Now you can with the High Five app. Just press play and share the great moments with friends and family anywhere in the world. And why stop sharing with the family? High Five lets you share with your social media network as well. But High Five does much more than sharing. You can support all your favorite athletes when it really counts. Encourage them in the things they love to do the most, and high five them whenever you want. Let them know you're with them all the way. When the game is over, High Five saves those great moments so you can keep them for a lifetime.
2:51 to go. Cardinal Newman after the timeout. Walker gets it to Haley Weissneet. Tries to go up over the top to Walker. Shot blocked. Walker hustles after it. She's on the floor. What's the call? Tie up? Yes. Possession arrow. Sacred Heart. 2:36 to play.
Wow, the hustle by both teams. The intensity. Both teams want this so bad. You can just feel it out there on the floor. 2:36 remaining, Dave, in this basketball game. It's a 2-point game. Watch out for Thomas.
Del Rosario up top. Amari Thomas guarded by Jazzy Henderson. She gets a screen from Mount Vega. Goes down the lane. Settles into the corner. On the line. That shot is good by Mayfield. And we are tied up 50-50. Here we go, folks.
Dave, they gave her a three?
I guess they did.
I thought it was
sure her foot was on the line.
Her foot was on the line.
No doubt. Sacred Heart takes the lead on that. Cargill no good. Haley Weissneet goes up and gets the rebound.
They changed it back. It's now a 2.
Yeah, they did. It's a 2. Cargill now for 3. Walker tries to keep it alive. Thomas has it. 50-50. What a game. Malvega with the screen for Thomas. Into the corner. Del Rosario, a little strong. Haley Weissneet has the rebound.
Wow, Thomas with a great pitch out. Just not able to knock the shot down. Del Rosario.
Flores behind the back, didn't get it. Walker battles for the rebound, and she's fouled underneath. Walker will go to the line. She was fouled by Mayfield. And Lauren Walker at 6'5" will go to the free throw line to try to give Cardinal Newman the lead back.
What a smart move. When the ball is shot from one side of the basket or the other, if you go to the other side, 70% of those shots bounce off the other side. So that's where you want to be for the weak side rebound. She had great position. She had early position. She anticipated the shot, and that's everything you can do as a big down low.
Good job, Flo.
She's 6'5".
Now we've mentioned it. Cardinal Newman has made their free throws here in the second half. Let's see if they continue.
Minute and 30 to go. Walker doesn't get it. Thomas has the rebound. Every possession big now down the stretch here. This championship game winds down. Del Rosario to Thomas. Trying to get Thomas a look. She comes down the lane. Kicks it off to Hatfield. Hatfield off the glass. And the lead goes to Sacred Heart with 1:05 to go. 52-50. Jazzy Henderson into the corner now. Cargill. Cardinal Newman had the lead until this final minute. Now it's Sacred Heart with a chance to close it out. Tough pass. Flores tries to keep it alive. There's a foul call. There's a player down. Veronica Bosky took the timeout. I'm not sure what the call is. I believe it's Del Rosario.
Dave,
both players were fighting for the ball.
That's as hard a hit as I've seen in basketball. She was going for the ball and her head snapped and whipped. She's moving around, but that's as hard a hit as I've ever seen. And I've been around the game for 53, well, since I was a little kid. She was just going for the ball, and her head just snapped on the floor. Let's go to break, huh?
So we'll take a break right here and hope that she is all right when we come back. 49.6 to go.
Game over.
Discovered they needed 2 new tires. The tires were an oddball size, so they called Les Schwab.
We're on it.
They located replacements but had to go to another store. With time ticking away, they got our truck back on the road. The truck arrived at the fairgrounds at midnight, but we got that wheel up just in time. I'm Michael Davis, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers. For the best in girls AAU basketball, it's the North Bay Elite. Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Cameron & Cameron Ranch and Vineyard Supply, delivering quality for over 40 years.
Well, Adina Del Rosario is up and making her way off the floor. Very scary moment here in this championship game.
Oh my God.
Tremendous effort. Both players fighting hard for the ball, and her head hit the hardwood.
Now, Del Rosario.
Do we have the replay of it?
I guess we're going to see it right here. That's not the play. Here it is, maybe. Come back. So here we go. Avery Cargill takes it inbounds for Cardinal Newman. Under 50 seconds to go. Cargill gets it up top. Jazzy Henderson back to Cargill. She'll try a 3. Didn't get it. She beat the clock. Lauren Walker tries to keep it alive, but it's Sacred Heart's ball. 37.1 to go. Sacred Heart with a 2-point lead.
Dave, the lead and the ball. Get it in the hands of Thomas. Watch out for Hatfield.
They're going to take
the clock
their
is
time.
Running down, so I think if you're Cardinal Newman, you got to put pressure on them. There's a 6-second differential.
Thomas gets it across. 20 seconds to go. The shot clock now at 11. Thomas, nice bounce pass underneath. Malvega and one. Malvega's first basket of the night, and credit Amari Thomas with the beautiful drive and dish. 14.4 to go.
Off the dribble, inside, and just a great feed by Amari Thomas. Malvega be able to knock that shot down. And how about the nice touch inside, surrounded by 6'4", 6'5", 6'3". Wow.
Malvega's first basket of the night, and it was a big one. How about Sacred Heart just kind of hanging in there all night? They trailed by 11 after 1, and they just kind of chipped away at the lead, didn't panic. It would be very easy for a team of their caliber to get frustrated by not being able to get over the hump, and they finally got over the hump with a minute to go.
Yeah, a couple free throws missed by Cardinal Newman. Not many. They've executed well in this basketball game. Hey, this game is not over. There's 4-point differential right now with 14.4 seconds remaining. Malvega's going to shoot a free throw here. So if she misses that free throw, you got to get down the floor. And if it were me, I'd go immediately for a 3-point shot. I'd shoot it in transition and try to make the difference. If you drive to the bucket, you're going to be down 2. You're going to be forced to foul unless you get a steal on the way in. And if they make both free throws, you're still down. If you make the 3, you're in the game.
Malvega doesn't complete the 3-point play, so Cardinal Newman's going to have to hustle. They trail by 4. 11 seconds to go. Tal Webb bounces it off Thomas's foot. 7.1 to go.
They still have time. It's got to be a 3 immediately. It's going to end up with like 3.5 seconds remaining, a foul, and then you might have one opportunity for a long heave. But that's what I would do at this point. Monica Myrtle, at this point, though, where the position of the ball is, might opt for an over-the-top pass to Walker and maybe just a quick lay-in because Walker has an advantage on the height down low. So watch and see if there's a screen for Walker or something that makes her free. Webb's going to inbound the basketball. And let's see what kind of offensive set there's going to be.
Here's that injury from earlier.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, her hit backwards.
You wonder if her ponytail in the back helped her a little bit,
Maybe. Might have padded it just enough.
Man,
she's on the bench. She seems okay now. She's alert.
Yeah, that was something else. All right, let's see who wins this basketball game. Let's see if Cardinal Newman can somehow pull out.
So here we go, 7.1 to go. Cardinal Newman inbounding it. Fleming goes for the steal. The clock is rolling. Shot, the possession arrow favors Cardinal Newman. We're down to 3.4. So Sacred Heart now, they just lay back, let Cardinal Newman take the shot here.
Well, you definitely don't want to foul, because what if they shoot a three? What if they shoot a three and you foul and they make it? You got a tie ball game. So don't do that. If I was coach, I'd say get out of the way. Let them do whatever they're going to do.
At the very least, everybody inside the three-point arc.
Yeah, right. You got to stay aware.
Finally gets it to Cargill.
She's going to shoot a three. Don't foul her.
She didn't get it off. Tal Webb does hit the three, but it's too late. This one's over. Sacred Heart wins it 54-50. What a game. And Ilmari Thomas finishes with 23 points, 7 rebounds, but a huge assist at the end, Ronnie.
Yeah, the hot hand of Tal Webb at the very end just was a little late, and it was the defensive effort, really, the intensity in the defense after that one timeout in the second quarter by Coach Russell of Sacred Heart changed their mentality somehow and changed their defense, and then they really started coming after Cardinal Newman and started chipping away. Cardinal Newman has nothing to hang their head over because they played fantastic basketball. They led most of this game. Sacred Heart, they've blown everybody out. I mean, not even close. I mean, by 60 points. So Cardinal Newman, this is a very good basketball team. They can be proud of their effort today. I know they're going to be disappointed, though.
So the final is 54-50. We'll take a break right here and be back with a final word from the Cardinal Newman Classic championship game.
He comes to the plate for just a few seconds. The windup takes forever, but the hit lasts a lifetime. They grow up so fast. You want to be there for every game, but sometimes life gets in the way. What if you could see every hit, every score, every heartbreaking finish, and share it right when it's happening? Now you can with the High Five app. Just press play and share the great moments with friends and family anywhere in the world. And why stop sharing with the family? High Five lets you share with your social media network as well. But High Five does much more than sharing. You can support all your favorite athletes when it really counts. Encourage them in the things they love to do the most, and high five them whenever you want. Let them know you're with them all the way. When the game is over, High Five saves those great moments so you can keep them for a lifetime. Create a sports channel for every athlete in the family. Live it, share it, watch it forever. High Five. Just press play.
It was the day before the big fair opened. My guys were driving our 100-foot Ferris wheel to Oregon and discovered they needed 2 new tires. The tires were an oddball size, so they called Les Schwab.
We're on it.
They located replacements but had to go to another store. With time ticking away, they got our truck back on the road. The truck arrived at the fairgrounds at midnight, but we got that wheel up just in time. I'm Michael Davis, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
North Bay Elite AAU girls basketball attending the top NCAA showcases in the country, with former players competing at the NCAA Division I, II, III, and NAIA levels, winners of 2 Pacific District Level 1 national qualifiers. For the best in girls AAU basketball, it's the North Bay Elite. Tonight's game presented by title sponsor Cameron & Cameron Ranch and Vineyard Supply, delivering quality for over 40 years.
So the final score, 54-50. Sacred Heart Cathedral wins it. Great finish, great tournament. Right now they're awarding all tournament and the team trophies right now. Cardinal Newman just received their second place championship. Second year in a row they've come in second. Close. Great game. When you invite a bunch of great teams, though, you know, you're going to have a great tournament. It's going to be a tough tournament to win. And Cardinal Newman played great. They had the lead throughout, but Sacred Heart just too much in the very end.
Yeah, Sacred Heart did it with the defense. Thomas giving assists, the outside shooting. You got to take your hats off to Cardinal Newman, too. They played a fantastic – they led most of the game, Dave, until the very end where Thomas got inside. Some outside shots went down for Sacred Heart, but Tao Webb played well. In the game last night, Tiffany played fantastic as well. So, you know, I kind of feel bad for Cardinal Newman because they had the lead the whole way, but I feel really proud that Sacred Heart played so well.
So now Lorian Russell has that championship trophy. Last year they had to settle for third place, and Del Rosario seems okay. I think she got all tournament as well, so that was a great honor for her. And imagine the MVP will be the final thing right here, and I'm pretty sure it's going to go to Amari Thomas. It is. There it is. Amari Thomas is the MVP of the tournament. What a great job she did.
Definitely well-deserved, Dave. I mean, she was the most dominant player out on the floor. She didn't have as good a second half in this game that she's had in previous games, but she was dominant throughout the whole tournament. She was the difference for Sacred Heart. She made all the difference. She got to the boards. She showed tonight the three-point range. We hadn't seen that in the tournament, but tonight she made a couple from outside. So she showed she has the entire package. She has the ability to shoot from outside, and she can shoot left or right-handed down low and just spin you off the dribble and just take advantage of you down on the offensive end. So a fine performance by them, and I'm really happy. I talked to Del Rosario's mom, and she said she's actually going to take her to the doctor after that hit on the floor. I mean, that was pretty significant, and I'm glad that she seems okay.
So that's going to do it for our coverage from the Cardinal Newman Classic. Congratulations to Sacred Heart Cathedral for their championship. We hope to bring more tournament action to you here in the coming weeks. Stay with us on YSN365.com, your sports network. For Ron, Weethee, and our entire YSN365.com crew, I'm Dave Cox saying goodbye, and thanks for watching.
Well, my mother decided to open up a restaurant in 1977, and somewhat of a tough little neighborhood, and the price was right. So I think the reason we came to Railroad Square was it wasn't Railroad Square, it was Lower 4th Street. She was fortunate just to have a pretty good idea at the right time. They're both about 34 years here and 4 years in Weethee. So it's been a pretty long time. Going to have a big party for the 35th anniversary. We're not there yet. Watched a lot of people grow up, get married, have children. Yeah, so a lot happens in 33 years.
Malloy, Emery, and Vesconi Insurance Services, a professional agency with personal service, insuring wine country since 1890.
My wife and I were stranded after suffering our second flat tire on a hot August day. Our 3 horses were thirsty and there was no help in sight. We called Les Schwab, and luckily Justin answered the phone.
Les Schwab Tire Center.
Even though it was after closing. Justin came to our rescue. He drove an hour with tires and even brought water for our horses. We'll never buy tires anywhere else.
Take care now.
I'm Larry Butler, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.